This is very awkward.
It's not the best time for Roger Quaife to be threatened by a major domestic scandal.
Do you know my husband?
J.C. Smith. Only by repute. He's the Home Secretary's nephew, isn't he? Doesn't help matters. Nor does the fact that he's worshipped by the extreme right of the Conservative Party. If this gets out, they won't take kindly to their hero being cuckolded by a cabinet minister who's trying to push through a defence policy well to the left of centre.
Not to mention that Roger's married into the hierarchy.
Yes, it doesn't help either.
Ought I to give him up?
Can you?
I couldn't do him harm. I believe in what he's trying to do. We can't go on forever trying to possess our own nuclear weapons, can we? I'm not fooling you, am I? I'm not the sort of person who makes gestures. If Roger suffered any public harm because of me, he'd never forgive me. Would he?
I wouldn't know.
No. It would be the end. So I get the rough end of the stick however I play it, don't I?
The only use I can be is practical.
All right. Roger told you about the telephone calls?
Yes, what did you do about those?
Went to a lawyer. He intercepted my calls. Once or twice a voice broke through, nothing to identify it. Always from call boxes. Since then, I've had a couple of anonymous letters.
Are the facts correct?
They're quite correct.
Could he have documentary proof?
Yes, we've written to each other.
And if Roger continues in the public eye, this information will, with regret, have to be made known.
Who is it? Some madman?
No, it looks to me more rational than that.
Politics?
I'm afraid so.
God, this is becoming a dirty game.
I'd like to take these away, if I may.
What are you going to do with them?
Well, I've got acquaintances in the security services. They're very good at this sort of thing. If anyone can find out who this man is, or who's behind him, they can. Well, once we know who we're up against, then we'll know how to deal with them.
I suppose you know her. Carol.
Yes?
I was going to ask you what she's like. Never mind.
Well, if you can't cut out your meetings, at least cut down on them. Be careful what you write, or say on the telephone. And don't risk being seen together in public. I'll let the other party know as soon as I hear anything.
Why are you doing this?
To protect Roger, of course.
From a mess of his own making.
Not like you to be ungenerous of human failings.
Caro is a friend of ours.
I agree, that's a complication.
I would call it a good deal more than that.
Look, supposing she and Roger break up, never mind whose fault. Are we going to take sides?
No, not if we can help it.
Well, there you are. If you met Ellen Smith, you'd like her.
You're confusing the issue. I have not met Ellen Smith. We are friends of Caro's. And I don't like you running around trying to cover up after her husband. What's the matter with you? You've always said that you were outside the civil service rat race. And here you are, behaving worse than any of them, running around trying to protect your master from the consequences of his grubby little affair. It's reverse pimping.
You might give me credit for believing that what Roger's trying to do is crucially important.
There are limits.
A damn sight more important than your Puritan scruples. I'm not going to have it dished. Not by anyone, not by anything. Not if I can help it.
You're getting your hands dirty with a vengeance, aren't you?
And to pray. My dear Lewis, my dear Sir Francis, this really is extraordinarily good of you. I didn't expect to have this pleasure.
Lewis told me you wanted to see me, Secretary.
Yes, indeed, but I didn't dare to hope that you'd be able to make the time to fit me in so quickly into what I know to be your intolerably crowded schedule. Ah, I trust I find you well.
Well enough. And yourself?
Oh, these things are relative. Whilst it lays one low, one remembers that the occasional migraine weighs light in the scale against the plight of Asia's starving millions. Yeah, but I mustn't detain you. I should very much appreciate your views on the work of the scientific committee.
In what way?
Well, I'm right in thinking that the general drift tends towards a certain distancing of this still septidile from too direct an involvement in any possible future thermonuclear war.
You know as well as I do that the majority view is to renounce a British independent nuclear deterrent.
I'm interested to hear you say so, Sir Francis, but I wonder, without in any way committing yourself or prejudging the issue, I wonder whether you feel able to indicate if you are, broadly speaking, in accordance with those views.
Absolutely.
And might you, if it comes to a public controversy, might you even contemplate going so far as to put the weight, the, may I say, very considerable weight of your personal authority behind it?
Of course I would. What else could I do?
Sir Francis, I'm infinitely obliged to you for taking me into your confidence in this way. Now, alas, I must wait upon my master. No, do please stay. And avail yourself of such poor hospitality as I am able to offer. Louis, perhaps you'd be good enough to dispense it for me.
What was that in aid of?
He was telling you it's going to be a God Almighty row.
Tired of this. What do you really think of the international situation?
Well, intellectually, I think that peace is becoming much more likely than war.
I agree. Yet when Quaife, with the support of the majority of the scientists in his country, tries to take one tiny step, not dramatic, quite realistic, all hell threatens to break loose. Sometimes I can't help thinking that people won't see sense in time. I don't mean to say that they're wicked. I don't even mean to say that they're stupid. But we're on a runaway bus. And the one thing that we're all agreed upon is to prevent anyone from getting to the wheel.
Not more boxes.
God forbid.
Reggie, Monty!
Good evening.
Good evening, Home Secretary. Hello, Monty.
Hello.
What brings you here?
Now, can I get you a drink?
Oh, thank you, my dear. But we took quite a bit on board in Annie's bar before deciding to come over and have a word with Roger about a cabinet paper.
Ah. I'll put back dinner then.
Thank God for a wife who plays the game according to the rules.
Yes, I do, constantly. Which cabinet paper did you want to talk about?
It's from the Minister of Labour.
The gist of it is that if any change is ever contemplated in weapons policy, he wants the position of the workforce established from the beginning.
Does he, by Jove?
On the face of it, that's not unreasonable. Any cutbacks in defence spending will create unemployment, many of whom will be specialists and not easy to assimilate.
Oh, come on, Monty. You know a sighting shot when you see one, don't you? I don't think for one moment it's the minister testing my intentions.
More likely he's been got at by the service chiefs or the big firms with the defence contracts.
Yeah. Well, if they were solid together, there might be a menace, but they're not. Besides, there are always going to be government defence contracts of one kind or another.
I can't see any lobby being effective by itself, but governments must know their own mind. Lobbies may be important if they happen to touch opinion deeper than their own.
Fair comment.
I never give anyone advice, but if I were Quaife, I should wrap up some of his intentions. I shouldn't get down to particular consequences until we'd carried most of the party with us. Carried them further than they thought, but not farther than some of us are ready to go. I shouldn't let the white paper give them very much idea which particular weapons were being struck off straight away. I should wrap it up. If I were Quaife, I should remember one other thing. I've got a feeling the party needs a lead. I've got a feeling that if anyone gives them a lead, they'll forgive him a lot. They may not like everything he's doing, but they'll be ready to forgive him.
I'm prepared for any man to accuse me of being cowardly. That doesn't matter. But I'm not prepared for anyone to accuse the people of this country of being cowardly. Prove the opposite. Anything we decide now or in the future about our military position will be decided because it seems to us moral and sensible. Not because we are frightened or because we have to prove that we're not. Now, after that bit of pleasantry, I'm going to ask the question.
He's a great man, isn't he? Isn't he a great man?
First, if there is no agreement or control, how many countries are going to possess thermonuclear weapons within, say, 10 years? My guess, and this is a political guess, and yours is as good as mine, is that 4 or 5 will actually have them. Second, does this spread of weapons make thermonuclear war more or less likely? Again, your guess is as good as mine, but mine is more somber. Third, why are countries going to possess themselves of these weapons? Is it for national security or for less rational reasons? Fourth, can this catastrophe, no, that is going further than I feel inclined to go. I ought to say, this extreme increase of danger, can it be stopped? Is it possible that any of us, any country or group of countries, can give a message or indication that will, in fact, make military and human sense? No one knows the answer. But if all of us think about them, we may someday be able to say something that decent people, people of goodwill all over the world, are waiting to hear.
That was Mr. Roger Quaint, MP, speaking on government defence policy at Fishmonger's Hall. And now, back to the studio.
I still don't like what you're doing, but I begin to see why you're doing it.
Well, even you must admit that that's not an unfavourable press for the first intimation of a revolutionary defence policy, Hector.
In itself, it's not disquieting, Secretary of State.
Oh, come on. I'm afraid the American reaction's less favourable. In enlisting support for his minority view, the scientist Brzezinski seems to be gaining a good deal of support for the notion that your proposed policy is defeatist and plays into the hands of Moscow.
That's the obvious line of attack.
But it seems to be gathering some other than obvious support.
The parliamentary question's on top, Secretary of State.
Thank you.
You see now why my congratulations stop this side of euphoria.
To ask the Secretary of State if he is satisfied with the security arrangements in his department, especially among senior officials. I don't follow.
May I see?
My juniors noticed that the member who put this down has made a speech in his own constituency which quoted extensively from a lecture Brzezinski gave at UCLA. The Los Angeles Times report is on the second page.
Science and the communist threat. And some of us been here before.
Indeed, my dear Lewis. But one of the few things which is not diminished by familiarity is the unpleasantness of a security scare.
What did Brzezinski say?
Oh, generally that we're being softened up and infiltrated by communist sympathizers. Specifically that people in high positions, scientific and non-scientific, are betraying the security of the UK.
How, for God's sake?
One imagines in the usual way.
Best defence ideas, cunningly sabotage from within, security leaks, security risks.
This isn't very pleasant.
It's insane.
Insane people can do harm.
I agree. You mustn't answer this question yourself, Secretary of State.
Won't it make it worse if I don't?
No, the best way to ensure that the House doesn't blow this up out of all proportion is to let the parliamentary secretary take it.
Horace, he hasn't got an original idea in his head, besides being remarkably pompous.
2 reasons which make him trusted by the great majority of Conservatives, both in the House and in the country.
I hear you were pretty good at question time, Horace.
Better than you'd have been, darling.
Why, thank you, Lady Caroline.
Let's hope it's the end of Brzezinski.
It won't be.
No, I fear not, Sir Francis.
You're not going to do anything about him?
Not if leaving him alone produces the right answer. I sometimes wonder how much freedom any of us have to make decisions. Politicians, I mean.
With the greatest respect, Roger, I think if the whole of Her Majesty's government and the higher civil service were eliminated at one fell swoop, the effect would be minimal. Almost exactly the same decisions would be taken, and they'd be taken at almost exactly the same time.
Weren't you saying something else? Weren't you saying something a little nearer home? I thought you were saying that in politics, what's going to be dead right 10 years hence may be dead wrong now. Unfortunately, that's true. We all know that. Maybe I misunderstood you, but I thought you were asking us whether there wasn't the faintest chance that might be the present situation.
Was that the impression I gave you?
In which case, wouldn't you be in favor of going into reverse? Wouldn't you tend to be just a little cautious?
Do you really think he's been so cautious?
I wasn't suggesting it was easy.
But you were suggesting he's getting cold feet. And doesn't anyone realise that for months he's been playing his hand to the limit? And possibly he's been overplaying his hand. The only question is, where does he go from here?
Where does he?
In my judgment...
Yes, Horace.
In my judgment, we ought to remember that sometimes the more haste, the less speed.
It's a telling phrase, Parliamentary Secretary.
Well, have we been forgetting that?
Do enlighten us.
I'm inclined to think that we've been moving perceptibly faster than opinion around us. That's right, that we should move faster. Otherwise, we wouldn't be giving the proper leadership. The problem, as I see it, is to judge how much faster it is safe to go.
Quite.
There isn't much time. The timescale of politics you know about is your business too. The timescale of applied science is something like 10 times faster. Isn't that so?
If you leave it too long, in the hope that everyone will agree, then the overwhelming probability is that there won't be anyone left to agree about anything.
Well, Charles Elliot is in disgrace. He forgot his host's birthday present. Morris, of course, tried to make out that his present was from both of them. Never mind. I'll take it round when I go to collect them. What's the matter with you?
Bloody Brodzinski. He and his bellicose pals on both sides of the pond have managed to raise enough dust for our masters to insist that Francis submit to a security vetting.
Why the hell should I?
Because if you don't, you'll be denied access to classified information.
I'm sick of this.
I should tell them what to do with their rotten job if I were you. And so should you.
Don't talk nonsense. Everybody knows that you're the scientific mind behind Quaif's policies. Well, for military purposes, you're the best scientific mind we've got.
That's no reason for me to put up with being cross-examined about my friends and my sex life.
You've just got to swallow your pride. If you don't want Quaif's policy to be wrecked by innuendo, you've got no choice.
Oh, of course there's a choice. But no end justifies the means that you're prepared
This
to
is the only chance we have to get out of the nuclear arms race. It may very well be the last chance any of us has to put a stop to it.
He's right. You may as well tell these people to do their damnedest.
Who is this man, Hood?
He's number 3 on the commercial side of Wydegate Aeronautics, one of the giant armament firms.
But we've never met him.
No.
But he must be politically motivated.
He's also becoming obscene.
Read that.
I'm not going to stand for it.
What can we do?
Well, we could go to the police. They'll protect you. He could get 6 months for this.
Yes, I dare say, but I'm not in a position to appear in court as Mr. X. You must see that.
Of course you can't. Well, what do you think we should do?
Well, it's a risk, but I think it's probably time to take the initiative. Well, Roger's being shot at. The question is, which initiative is likely to have the most effect?
Private detectives.
No, no point.
In that case, I suggest you should write a couple of lines to Hood himself.
Oh, saying what?
Well, saying, without further explanation, wish to receive no further communication from him, and that all future letters will be returned. Nothing but that. It tells him that you know.
And it doesn't implicate anybody but me, does it? It's all right.
Now, one would have thought that was a sufficiently meretricious slogan to have caught on with the popular press. In fact, for such an eminently sensible and forward-looking document, our master's white paper seems to have attracted singularly little fuss.
Well, there are some malcontents.
From what I've been able to pick up, that's putting it mildly. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that there's a finite possibility that Quaif's present defense policy may be a dead duck.
How finite?
Finite enough for us to have to start working out an alternative.
If that became known, it could do great harm.
It won't get known, and it'll have to be done at once. It's a question of thinking out several eventualities and making up our minds which one is going to be right.
In this business, I never had much doubt about what's right.
Then you're very fortunate.
Unlike Lewis, you are not, of course, talking about what is morally right.
I'm talking about policies which would, according to the climate of opinion, be both sensible and practicable, by which I mean policies which Quaif can get past his own party and preferably both houses of Parliament.
Quite.
I propose to start drafting something immediately, just to see how it looks. I shall, of course, inform Mr. Quaif of precisely what I'm doing. If trouble comes, we shall need something up our sleeves.
Francis, you look as though you need a drink.
I need a very large scotch.
Soda or water?
Just as it is. Thank you.
The other half?
Why not? I'm sorry I let them do it. It's like being burgled or raped, I imagine. One feels soiled, even if the attempt doesn't succeed. I think I've just about ceased to be useful. I think I've come to the limit.
Oh, that can't be true.
I think it is. You oughtn't to have persuaded me. I ought to have got out of it straight away. I should never have been exposed to this.
Well, for what it's worth, both Hector Rose and I tried to spare you.
Did Quaif?
Couldn't he have vetoed it?
He pushed his authority to the limit.
There you are. Politicians never look after their tools. You're useful so long as you're useful. We're expendable now that this white paper's out. No doubt if things go wrong, Roger Quaif will play safe.
He hasn't yet.
Things haven't come to a real showdown yet.
That's right. And when they do, what's the betting that Roger Quaif, in a gentlemanly fashion, will return to the fold? And in an equally gentlemanly fashion, you and I and Walter Luke and even Hector Rose will be disgraced.
You can't be disgraced for giving your honest advice.
Oh, it won't happen like that. When all this is over, win or lose, word will go round that we're not quite safe.
Does that matter?
In our kind of world, it's becoming all that matters. You can't afford to be different. No one can afford to back you if you show the least trace of difference. Sooner or later, we'll be shut out.
You're underestimating Roger Quaif.
At our time of life, it's rather more seemly than succumbing to a fit of blind hero worship, which is what you seem to have got.
Yes? Speaking. Oh, hello, David. What brings you to London? Yes, I'll see what I can arrange. Whereabouts are you staying? Right, I'll call you back.
David Rubin?
Just got in, staying at the Connaught.
And wanting you to arrange for him to have a private word with Quaif. It's obvious. Washington's worst fears, ably fueled by the preposterous Brodzinski, have been amply confirmed by your precious white paper. I'm surprised that our gallant allies have only sent Rubin over to try to strangle it at birth.
Now we'll see what your master's really made of.
I believe you're swimming against the tide. Your colleagues won't admit it yet. But if you swim too far, they won't be able to stay loyal to you, will they? They're not fools. They're good at keeping a stiff upper lip, but they're used to dealing with the real world. I suspect you may find them compelled to do just that. Do you know? I've made my own position clear to everyone I know in Washington. They'll come around to thinking that you and I are right. But they haven't got there yet. They don't know what to think about your British nuclear weapons. But I have to tell you, Roger, they're worried about your motives for wanting to give them up. They're scared you may seem to be sliding out of the Cold War.
How much have they listened to Brodzinski?
He hasn't helped. He's done you some harm, but it's deeper than that.
Yes, it is deeper than that.
Of course, it's frustrating to have to disengage oneself. But you only have to play it cool for 5, 10 years. Set it aside for that long. You'll be right at the top here, unless my information is wrong. And you'll be swimming with the tide, not against it. But I'm as certain as I've ever been of anything that if you don't take one step backward now, you'll be wasted.
You hear what he's saying?
You've heard it too, haven't you?
You know, David, I have thought out some of these things for myself. You'll give me credit for that, won't you?
Of course.
My trouble is that I can't help thinking the present situation is rather different. I think if we don't bring this off now, we never shall. Or at least we shan't until it's too late. Isn't that the only real difference between us?
The honest answer is, I don't know. I believe that everything will just drift along with no one able to stop anywhere.
I don't know.
Yes, but damn it, most of us understand the situation. None of us do anything about it.
Does any one person matter very much? Can any one person do very much?
You're a very wise man, and I'm most grateful for your advice. And yet, you know, it's pretty hard to take. In that case, one might as well not be here at all. Good Lord, anyone could wait until it's easy. I don't think I should have lived this life if that were the case, nor would I have embroiled my good friend Lewis and his friends in all this. I wish I could do what you want. I really wish I could, but, I'm afraid I can't accept your advice, David.
Well, thank God for that.
I can't accept your advice, but I do accept your estimate of my chances. You don't think I'm going to survive, do you? No, nor do I. I should like you to understand that. But it isn't absolutely cut and dried, even now. They haven't quite finished with me yet, believe me.
What you don't, or won't understand, is that it's not just a policy we're fighting for. It seems to me to be part of the whole painful process of getting this country to come to terms with the fact that it is no longer a great power. The tragedy is that it's an issue which Quaif's private life looks likely to obscure.
It's a bit late for you to start getting moralistic, isn't it?
I don't give a fish's tit about the man's personal morals. A man in his position simply can't afford to risk a scandal when he's attempting something big. The word is that the man Hood is about to give the good news to Caro and to the injured party's right-wing connections. This, of course, being the most helpful moment to do so.
Is this true?
Yes.
I could kill her.
I'm not faultless either.
No, by God, you're not.
Aren't you making a bit of a meal of it?
Trust you to know the best method of defense is attack.
You've lived in the world all your life.
Well,
You and your family aren't exactly models of the Puritan virtues.
let's leave my family out of this.
You've had lovers yourself.
Before we were married.
It's not an equation. All I'm saying is that you've always prided yourself on your tolerance and rationality.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
You and your circle have always smoothed over scandals, been compassionate about sins of the flesh, by the side of which my having a mistress is positively respectable.
Then it's your bad luck that I don't feel rational or compassionate about it. All I feel is betrayed and belligerent, angry, violently angry.
All right, and I feel the same, angry, damn it, and tied and trapped. The fact is that I don't have the time or the energy to indulge you in a domestic fracas just at present.
You bastard! I'm not interested in your public life. Or the morality of your taking the wife of a colleague.
What are we talking about? Let's not pretend that it's love or sex or what it's going to do to the children. Come on.
No, you're mine. We're married. I won't let you go.
Might have been spared this.
Yes, I'm sorry. Let's go inside. Caro will put a brave face on things till after the debate on the defence white paper. She'll laugh off the rumours which will soon be sparking around all J.C. Smith's connections, and she'll even deny them to Collingwood himself.
Something.
Yes, indeed. Beyond that, we haven't reached a decision. Or rather, we've reached two decisions which seem contradictory. After this crisis is over, win or lose, I have to make a choice. It's Ellen or Caro, and Caro won't give me a divorce.
Why should I?
No reason. But if he wants to go,
I don't know how to bear it. I love him. I can't imagine not hearing his key in the lock. Not having the last drink with him. I don't know how to bear it.
This is atrocious.
She's going to stand by me through the debate.
What else could she do? I mean, you have to win. She couldn't spoil that. I am sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's all right.
No. It was disloyal. To you. Not to Caro. I've been dreading this.
So have I.
I'm willing to give him up.
It's too late for that.
Why is it? You trust me, don't you?
Yes. Of course I trust you.
Well, I meant what I said.
No. Lewis is right. It is too late. There was a time when I might have taken you up on your offer, but not now.
You better make sure of your colleagues in that case.
Yes,
I will. Give Monty a drink. He's made the speech of a lifetime.
He'll make better speeches someday.
Give him a drink.
How are your plans for the debate on Roger's white paper next Tuesday?
We're thinking about it, naturally.
The 3-line whip's gone out.
Are you going to speak, Reggie?
Not much in my line. I've done my bit. I've done my bit for you already.
Are you going to speak, Monty?
The Prime Minister hasn't asked me to.
Isn't there anything else you can do for Roger?
I can't think of anything. Can you?
How are we going to handle it, then? How are we going to handle it, Monty?
I'd say that's entirely up to Roger now.
Oh. Couldn't be much worse than that, could it?
Might be better.
because Monty's the bright hope of the Conservative avant-garde.
Roger needs his support, not just his acquiescence.
And a very good evening to one and all.
Too late, brother dear.
Shan't stay long. I want a drink. I've come to tell you that I can't go along with you next week. It sticks in my throat.
No, you can't back out on him now.
I shan't abstain because that's a boring thing to do, so I shall vote against you.
I shouldn't have thought this was the best possible time to betray me.
Well, two can play at that game. Who are you betraying? If you have your way, how are you going to leave this blasted country, hmm? We can't play with the big boys, I grant you, but... hell, we've got to be able to blow someone up. Ourselves, if it's the only way out, otherwise we'll just be wide open to blackmail. And not just from the big boys either, but from every tin-pot little dictator that wants to waggle his bloody stick at us.
I suppose you're the only patriot we've got left.
You want to keep your eye on the ball and just remember the simple things.
Get out of here, damn you! Damn you, damn nuisance! You're done! Get out!
Go.
This is my house, now get out of it!
You're right.
I'm sorry about that, everyone.
Ah! I suppose you're aware you've been giving aid and comfort to Quaif's enemies.
My dear Lewis, we'd better try to be rational. If Quaif wins, I shall do my best for him. Of course, I shall be carrying out a policy in which I don't believe. Well, I've done that before, and I can do it again. I shall do my best to make the thing work. Without false modesty, I can say that I'll do it as well as anyone round here.
But you don't think he can win, do you? And if he doesn't, you'll be sitting pretty, won't you? You'll have scored a nice new piece of credit for yourself.
If we worried about that sort of consideration, Lewis, we should never do anything, should we? Now, I'm afraid you've made me rather late.
I'm a loyal supporter of the government, to be so in the future. But I can't support this particular policy laid down in this defense white paper. And I can't support this particular minister. This policy is the policy of an adventurer. What else is the man? What's he done? What's his record of achievement? All he does is to play the field. Look out for the main chance. Find the soft option. Well, this is the kind of adventurer's progress he's leading this country into. Why? What are his credentials? What reason has he given us to trust him? Trust him. Some of us compare him with a man we can truly trust, the honourable member for Brighton South.
Brighton South. J.C. Smith. Done without that.
Order! Order! So we have to return to the solid virtues. Sure.
Thanks.
What have you been doing to Trafford, then?
Oh,
Me?
give the man a drink. I had some sandwiches made up for you. Margaret said you probably hadn't eaten all day.
Thank you very much. Hello, darling.
Hello.
Never heard such an outburst in the house before.
Oh, with a bit of luck, it'll backfire. What on earth does he hope for?
God knows.
Have you had any repercussions?
Not one. I can't begin to imagine why he did it, can you? Someone must supply a motive. If they can't, I shall be forced to think that he meant what he said.
I'd say we've got 40 minutes before Quaif's called upon to wind up the debate. What's the maximum possible turnout on the government side?
315.
Unavoidable absences, illnesses, and so on.
The whips anticipate 8.
Available votes, 307. Cabinet dubious. Minister not sticking to the rules. He can't afford defections.
Well, we know for a fact there's one vote against. I just said the debate indicated at least 9 abstentions.
He can probably afford 17. 290 votes, and he might be safe. Anything under 280, and he's in great danger. Anything under 270, and it's all over.
Order! I have been accused of many things in the course of this debate. Some of them have been so contradictory, they can't all be valid. A wise person opine that if you want to hear the truth about yourself, you listen to what your enemies have to say. Splendid. But that principle doesn't apply only to me. It applies to everyone. Even, believe it or not, to other honourable members. In some cases, honourable and gallant friends. I shan't even attempt to answer them in kind, but I will just remind them that we are all miserable sinners. Now, it has been said in this house these last 2 nights that I want to take risks. All right. Now, let me tell you this. All choices involve risk. In our world, all the serious choices involve grave ones. But there are 2 kinds of risks. And one is to go on, mindlessly, as though our world was still the world we knew when we were young. And I believe, as completely as I believe anything, that if we do this, then before too long, the worst must happen. The plain fact is, this country cannot be a superpower any longer. My colleagues and I would be happier if it could. We'd be happier if it could. Although it is possible that being a superpower is in itself an illusion, now that science has finally caught up with us. Anyway, we can't be one. But I am certain that we can help. By example, by good judgment, by talking sense, by acting sense. We can help to swing the balance between a good future and the bad one, or between a good future and none at all. But we cannot contract out. We cannot contract out. The future is firmly poised. Our influence upon it is limited, I agree. But it exists. It exists. And that is why I want to take one kind of risk. It is, in fact, a small risk. One which may do good, as opposed to a great risk which would certainly do harm.
That is still the choice. That is all.
The ayes to the right, 261. The noes to the left, 284.
I consider this most unfortunate.
So, the noes have it. The noes have it. Order, order.
This dance will go no further.
What's he going to do?
He's told me nothing.
I haven't been able to see him. Oh, thank you. Tell me something. Which is better for him?
Well, if we forget your side of it, then I think he'd probably, not certainly, but probably be wiser to stay. If he can.
But that means humiliating himself and crawling to them.
Yes, means that.
If he does throw it up and comes to me, will he ever forgive me?
You had nothing to do with it. If he'd never fallen in love with anyone, he'd be in precisely the same position as he is today.
Are you dead sure?
I am dead sure.
Oh, but will he ever believe it?
Of that I couldn't say.
I'm telling myself that I ought to get out now. Today.
Could you?
I'm going to have to think it out again, from the beginning, aren't I? I'll have to go. I'm out.
So is what you've tried to do?
Not for good. Not for long. Someone's going to do it. All we need is time and luck. There's something in the air. Someone's got to do it. It is ironical, isn't it? If one goes too far, one's ruined. And if one doesn't go at all, one might as well not be here.
Trying may have value.
Even when it fails.
Lewis is right, but the situation will never be quite the same again.
Thank you, Hector. I'd like you to read my letter of resignation. Will that do?
It's admirably judged, Secretary of State.
It will be accepted, you know.
Yes, it will be accepted.
With slightly excessive haste.
Well, you'd better see it go. You see that this goes to the Prime Minister, please? Sure. Yeah, I might have changed my mind. That would have been unfortunate. Sorry to have got some of our friends into trouble.
They'll survive.
Hector, I'm sorry to have done you harm.
That's nothing.
Nonetheless, I am sorry. Is there anything else? I shan't be available for some time. I'm going away.
With Ellen?
Who else? May as well make somebody happy. Mayn't I?
Lord Hopkins managed to get Hood dismissed from his job.
Hood?
The man who blew the whistle on Roger Quaife and his mistress.
Does it matter?
Yes. He needed a victory.
They tell me that Quaife means to get a divorce. can't imagine that his constituency will run him at the next election.
Seems to be the general consensus.
So what was it all about?
More to the point, was it ever faintly worthwhile?
Look, I know you think I went overboard, both of you. But it seemed to me to be the last clear course. Just imagine if we had pulled it off. We might be taking the first small step towards sanity since the start of the nuclear age. As it is...
You're right, of course. But defeat can cut into friendship. You and I have been intimate for 30 years. Now a part of the spontaneity is gone. Oh, it's a tiny price to pay for what we might have achieved. Nonetheless, I mourn it.
Don't you think I do?
Yes. Yes.
It's time for me to go. I've outlived my usefulness.
I should have thought that was overstating the case.
Now, you know as well as I do I'm identified with this debacle. Backed the wrong horse, fairly openly. I'm discredited. It's time to go.
You've always had a tendency, if I may say so with respect, to permit yourself a certain degree of oversimplification. You have, not for the first time, acted in a fashion which would have been considered, shall I say, unusual if you'd been a career civil servant. The service is not as finicky as our critics are so fond of telling us. I might remind you that we have demonstrated our conclusion that by and large we have gained rather than lost through your having taken some rather curious liberties. I dislike stressing the point, but we have expressed our appreciation in the only way open to us, to wit, the honours list.
You've treated me generously, I know that.
And I can see further that after recent events it would not be your interest or ours for you to undertake some commissions for us. I suggest, though, that it really isn't serious subspecie aeternitatis. It shouldn't be beyond the wit of man to make some slight redistribution of your functions.
That doesn't alter the position.
You really want to go? May I ask why?
Well, this has taught me that there are certain things that I still want to help get done. I thought we could do them here, on the quiet. I no longer think we can. At least there is nothing more that I can do on the quiet. I shall have to be a private citizen again.